Hey everybody, it's Jay. Welcome to my channel. I've been on the carnivore diet for 7 months now and lost over 70 pounds. I'm going to do my weekly shopping, and I decided to stop at Aldi's for a change of pace. I did a video at Aldi's a few months ago, but I'm going to see what else they have in the store today. So Aldi's tends to be lower in price than a lot of other places. I'm going to try to get out of there with a week's worth of food for under $100, hopefully 75. Let's see what I can find. I think given that I'm going to be trying to keep it under $75, I'm going to avoid steaks, get cheaper cuts of beef, maybe some fish if I can find something I like. Put my quarter in and take my cart. Of course I had to go back to the car and get a quarter. Didn't think about bringing it with me. One good thing is I don't eat coffee or any of those other little extras, so that should help me to save some money. Speaking of coffee, let's see how the prices are. $8 a pound for the organic, $6.92 for the Guatemala Fair Trade per pound. And $5.85 for the Midnight Blend. $5.85 for the breakfast blend. That's pretty good. I'm used to paying $7 or $8 a pound over at Costco, so that's a good price. I actually need some of these Ziploc bags. They are $1.89 a carton. These I usually buy at Costco and I get a big box of them, but that's like 40 bucks. I think I'd rather get the smaller one this time, even if it ends up being a bit more expensive long term. Now, pet food. Now I need some eggs, and it looks like they're pretty low on eggs today. They have cage-free brown eggs, $3.39. That's actually not bad. I pay more than that at Costco. $4.19 for a dozen large eggs, organic, cage-free. That is kind of expensive. And here are the regular eggs, $2.05 per dozen. I'm gonna go with that because I'm on a budget. These are large. I actually think extra large are a better deal. If you get large, you got to use 1 or 2 more eggs for every meal, but that's what they got, so that's what I'm gonna have to get. Okay, 3 dozen eggs. That'll keep me for the weekend, or for the week. I eat about 6 eggs a day, so that's 6 days worth of eggs. Someone should come up with carnivore snacks. Actually, this panino tray would suffice. There's a lot of preservatives and things in there. Salmon raised in Norway, no antibiotics. Atlantic salmon, color added through feed. That means it's farm raised and they just don't want to say so directly. Clever way of repackaging it. Salmon from Chile. Color added through feed. Once again, really, if it's wild, I'm sure it'll say so on the package. Otherwise, this is all farm raised, and I don't like farm raised salmon. Now, I don't see any pork belly, so I'm gonna get some pork chops. These are $4.09 a pound. A little bit more expensive than my pork belly, but it'll do. So that's breakfast taken care of. Bratwurst comes with citric acid and a couple chemicals to preserve it. It also contains corn syrup solids. Nope, that's definitely not a good thing to eat. 3 grams of carbs per sausage. Also, if I'm eating pork every morning for breakfast, I'd rather have a different meat for my evening meal. I don't eat a lot of chicken, but I think I'll make an exception this week and buy a couple dinners that are chicken, just for a little variety, and also to save some money. I'm looking for thighs with skin. Now they've got these super big packages, thighs with skin. They also have the bones. I don't want that many, but it doesn't look like I have much option. Either the skinless ones or the big package with skins. I'll get the big package. I have a friend staying with me, so you can get a couple dinners out of that. There are some people in front of the beef, so I'll go back there in a few minutes. In the meantime, let's look at what they have in the frozen section. I got this ahi tuna last time, and I really liked it. $4.75 for a package. It's $6.33 a pound. Feels like more than a pound there. Well, this will be one dinner. We have some bay scallops, 37.5 cents an ounce. I don't know what that means. $19.20 per pound for the sea scallops. Wild cut Alaskan cod, $5.60 per pound. I'm gonna get that. 2 pounds, 2 meals, 2 dinners, and I'll put the ahi tuna back. I always like to go wild caught when I can. All right, the beef aisle is clear. Let's go see what they got there. Bone-in rib roast. There's 6 pounds of steak there, $8.99 a pound. That is a great price. I pay $13.49 at Costco for a nice rib steak, so that's a really good price. But it is over my budget. It will also give me meals for several extra days, so I may get that. Let me see what else they got. Cube steak, $6.99 a pound. Top sirloin, $8.49 a pound. Top round steak, $6.29 a pound. I'm gonna get a couple of these. They're a bit cheaper, and that'll help me keep within my budget. Oh, here's a brisket, $5.29 a pound. It's salt and pepper rub, which isn't perfect, but if it's just salt and pepper, I'll go with it. Let's see what other ingredients they have. Salt, beef, salt, spice, and less than 2% soybean oil added as a processing aid. 1 gram of carb per serving. 4 ounces is a serving. I'm gonna pass on the seasoned beef brisket. That soybean oil puts me off. Bourbon and brown sugar, no. Ribeye steak, grass-fed, $11.49 a pound. That is a great price. Here's a skirt steak. That's a pound, that'll do. Let me see if it takes me above my budget. 20, 18, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 43.51. Not bad. I'm just $1 over budget. And I have 8 servings of food here. Well, you know what? I didn't add in the Alaska cod. $11.99, so I'm $12 over budget with 1 extra serving of food. Well, actually, I've got 2 extra servings of food there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then my breakfast. Well, I may be $12 over budget, but I have 2 extra servings. I'm happy with that. And I can save a serving of fish and a serving of chicken for a couple weeks in the freezer. Add some variety a couple weeks from now. Since I'm here at Aldi's, I am going to buy that rib roast. It will put me over budget, but I'm going to add it to next week and have some extra steaks. This means I won't have to go to Costco next week and won't have to buy those expensive steaks there. I can just cut them up and freeze them and take them out one at a time. I guess I've got 6.3 pounds there, so that's going to make 5 good steaks. I've got 8 extra servings of food. I'm pretty happy with that. Won't have to go shopping next week, other than for eggs. So my bill ended up being $122. I did buy a $57 rib roast, and I got the extra 2 servings of wild cod. This did turn out to be 2 weeks worth of food for dinner and 1 week worth of food for breakfast. So next week I'll just have to buy some pork belly or some other pork for breakfast and eggs. So whatever I spent extra this week, I will save next week. I think sometimes if you're budgeting, it's best to pick the deal up when you see it. This rib roast is awesome. I'll get 5 or 6 steaks out of that thing for $57. That's less than $10 per 1 pound steak, which is a lot less than I spend at Costco. So by buying that, yeah, I went over my budget this week, but the next few weeks that'll really help. Keep that in mind. Don't just stick to an arbitrary number of $50 if you see some deals that will save you money in the future. Of course, sometimes all we have is the $50. You know, we're just trying to get through to the end of the month, and then I wouldn't be able to do this. But being able to gave me some freedom to save money over the long term and have more variety over the next couple weeks with those steaks and the fish. Yeah, so you can see it, the rib roast, $57.18. The pork chops were kind of expensive. That I would look at twice next time. Find a cheaper way to get pork chops. It seems to me that Costco has them a lot cheaper. There you can get pork for like $3.99 a pound. The eggs were a great price here. The top round roasts were a really good price. I'd say those chicken thighs were a really good price too, and so was the cod. For wild cod, $11.19 for that big family pack, 2 pounds. I think that's an awesome price. Now I'll take my cart back to the cart stand and get my quarter. That's my special Aldi's quarter. I keep it in the car all the time now, just in case I go to Aldi's, so that I can get a shopping cart. Such a practical system. There we go. All right, everybody. See you all in the next video. Take care.